My health journey. This story is long, so buckle up. Each piece of my story is relevant to the big picture of health, and I always encourage people, like, if you can resonate or relate on any level, please don't hesitate to reach out and share. Life can be really challenging, and I think if we feel like we're alone on this journey of getting better, it's very isolating. So through the power of vulnerability and sharing, we kind of create this connection that allows us to know that we're not alone. We're never alone. And so this is really why I created this space. I saw so many people and myself, like, this is what I needed when I was going through my most challenging parts of my health journey. So a little bit about my symptoms, what I had going on, what led me to this. So I had really bad brain fog. I could not focus. Retention was a huge challenge. My energy was just non-existent. I was constantly agitated. I was tense. I was just angry. I was overly reliant on coffee to keep me actually functioning. I really struggled to focus when people were speaking to me. And this was a huge problem. It was as if I could barely hear them, and I would just forget instantly what they would say. So I had a really hard time processing thoughts in this way, processing my own thoughts and processing what other people were saying. And then I noticed both at work and home, I would have to reread paragraphs over and over just to retain information. And I was just super pessimistic. I had a really unmotivated outlook on life, super negative all the time. I would wake up absolutely exhausted. I would crawl my way out of bed. I would find myself falling asleep at my desk at work or having to take naps in my car. My heart raced pretty regularly, which turned into this insurmountable anxiety, and my moods were just all over the place. It felt like a roller coaster of these depressive, dark episodes. I felt like I was living this life that was completely separate from my body. And it took a great deal of effort and research to realize that my symptoms and how I was operating in this life was not who I innately was. When things started to get really bad for me, I started to look into all of the various potential health conditions that my symptoms were reflecting, right? I was working with multiple practitioners. I was digging deeper into the research on my own. And while my knowledge was still rather limited at the time, I came across quite a few labels and diagnoses that really overwhelmed me. For example, a lot of the things that mirrored my symptoms were Hashimoto's, Epstein-Barr virus, even early onset Alzheimer's. So that resonated as well. That's how I felt. And looking back, I can see how not having a clear picture of all of the dynamics and the functions of the body can lead us down this rabbit hole of fear, because that's where I was. I didn't have a full understanding of the different dynamics of the body. I knew deep down something was really off, so I began to spend my days getting familiar with the latest research from various types of medicine and holistic nutrition therapies. So I kept on immersing myself in this, and I kept on thinking I was finally eating the right foods, only to be told that they aren't right at all, or this isn't the way. I tried all the fad food trends just to feel really empty and just exhausted and frustrated by it all. I tried so many different types of supplements that I heard on the latest podcast because it claimed to be the new be-all end-all supplement. I'm sure you know how that goes. I turned myself into a human guinea pig. I became incredibly obsessed with finding the answer to the root cause of my symptoms. What I learned later was that there were several possible reasons for my state of health.